Well, it is time for me to scoot down to the other end of the couch so you can take my place on the hot cushion, Peter. Today I'm going to ask and discuss your fantasy football footprint and follow that up with some questions, but please keep in mind that I'm going to be very direct, to the point, and brutally honest. And the questions are not necessarily going to be easy. Is that okay?
That's okay. I'm used to answering not easy questions. So, yeah, jump in.
Perfect. So before we get into the meat of this potato, I'm going to ask just a few things about you. Question 1, if you had to choose one of your commissioned leagues as your favorite, which would it be?
Shark Tank 1.
The original, the OG Shark Tank 1. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a slight, but that'll work. So question number 2, whereabout do you live in this world?
I'm living in Stuttgart in Germany, home of the best car manufacturers, Porsche, Mercedes, home of Bosch and lots of other great companies. I'm living in Stuttgart, born in Stuttgart City, proud to be born here. I'm a great fan of the soccer club here, and that's where I live.
Beautiful.
Stuttgart is in Baden-Württemberg for all the Americans who want to look at. I even think there's a Stuttgart in the States over there.
Yeah, I don't have much opinion of Stuttgart, but I'm I don't know if you're a soccer or football fan, but I have like an American rooting interest in Borussia Dortmund just because of Christian.
Claudio Reyna's son.
Yeah, and then I think wasn't Pulisic there before? Before
Pulisic
he went to
was
Chelsea?
there before he went to Chelsea. Yeah, Pulisic was
so it's kind of it's like the welcoming ground for the American youth that's coming over there, and there are other guys in Italy and I think there's some other guys in the Bundesliga as well. But when is Stuttgart gonna pick up the next American phenom?
And I think at the moment we had Julian Green. Do you remember Julian Green? Mm-hmm. He's not necessarily a phenomenon, but I think with the son from Claudio Reyna, he's great. He's crazy skilled from Dortmund. He shot the only goal in the loss to Stuttgart. And I think Stuttgart has some great young players now, but I don't think we have an American player. Our coach, I think his father is an American. He's half Italian, half American. Pellegrino Matarazzo.
So that's
I'm a great fan of soccer. I played since I was 6, and before I started playing fantasy football, I played some manager game for soccer, but I was kind of bored, so I needed something new, and then I started playing fantasy.
All right, so my third question will be, what is the biggest successful player that you have pulled off of waivers?
Adam Thielen.
Oh, wow. That's a good one. I just remember last year going, I could have gotten Waller. So he's sitting right there. Nobody had Waller in this one particular league. I just let him sit there and picked up, some other scrub that turns out to be nothing, right? But, that's my regret. I had Waller and he was in my grasp and I was eyeing him. And no, he's not going to be anything. Boy, I couldn't have been any more wrong on him.
But Waller is a good one. I think I got Waller in 3 leagues also. I think I got him in Red List 2, for example.
Waller was on
a great one.
I was on Waller and had him, I think, last year in all. I think I had 5 leagues, and now I'm at 9. But I had him in all 5, and now I have him in just 1. That's like a tight end super premium, but. Of course, in my most important home league, my most expensive league, I'm playing against him this week. So it's a nice dose of trading him away and then having it come back to me. But
that was fun. But my biggest waiver crush was probably Cam Meredith back in the days.
Oh yeah, everybody he looked like he was going to be something, man, but he just couldn't get it together.
I loved the guy, and the knee injury killed him. I loved him on the Bears, and then he went to the Saints, and I thought, next step, playing with Drew Brees, and I think the knee was completely shot at one point.
Yeah, so, he was going to get 130 targets in Chicago that year before preseason game 3, the dress rehearsal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shifting gears here. I'm a beer guy, so I wanted to talk about beer. I brew my own. I've also been to Belgium and several other places. So, if you had to drink a beer from only one country for the rest of your days, what country would that be?
Germany.
Germany is a good one. There's so many.
Never would have expected
makes
that.
Great beers. I'd have to go Belgium. Belgium is like, variety.
We Belgium ones, they have too much. I think it's hop in English. We have these kind of triple hop things and like that, and we're a bit more traditional, I think. And I'm one of the more a Pils guy. Pils is it in German. We have some great beers over here. So. Yeah, I wouldn't go to another country for a beer. So
you like also, German Pils over the Czech Pils, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. They're totally different styles, and for a brewer, it's amazing. They're both very, very good styles of beer.
Yeah, and if you live here in Europe, you basically can go to so many different countries, and every beer tastes different.
It does.
And there's a lot of small breweries, but we are also hit by COVID because all these restaurants and brauhouses, and we don't have the Wiesn, the Oktoberfest. There was no Oktoberfest, and this hurt all the breweries over here. Mm-hmm. So there's less beer drinking.
It's unfortunate. I went, I've only been to Germany for one day. I was in Belgium and we stopped over in Dusseldorf. And I'd have to say that the alt beer is probably one of my all-time favorite styles of beer. Amazing.
Alt is great in the small, I think it's 0.2 glasses. So you drink one and it's basically empty after three sips, and you basically get another one. And usually you get in Germany, it's a Kranz, where you get a thing with 10 beers in it, and you usually get it for your whole table, and everyone can pick up. And if you go with with a lot of guys, you basically order one, and as soon as she brings it, you order the next one. So then you get the delivery hand in hand.
That's perfect. I love it. So my final intro question, what is your favorite part about fantasy dragon boating?
I like the art in the dragons because I'm usually looking at the dragon boats with my son, and we love Vicky. I don't know if there's Vicky in the States, because Vicky is a comic figure over here, and she's a small Wikinger. So we have the dragon boats there. And we like to see the different types of dragons on all these boats. And I'm usually looking at the aerodynamics of all these boats. That's one area that you have to look out for. It's not always the power within it, it's the aerodynamics.
It is very interesting to see these paddlers that have to be only on one side. I actually like those who can ambi paddle. Like that's important to me. Those who can actually go on either side. But now it's time for the hard-hitting analysis and drama-laden questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm ready for drama.
Commissioning leagues is an art form, and I consider your work to be like that of Pablo Picasso. You aren't sure what you're looking at with first glance, but over time you can't help but marvel at the beauty of the work. The weeping woman with offset eyes. I see it like a mound of jello jiggling. I find myself looking, unable to take my eyes away. I love the song Eye of the Tiger from Rocky, even though I know I am on an island. Hurricanes have high winds, but also a very calm center. What is the term for increased water level caused by a hurricane?
Jesus Christ. It's ebb and flow, but I don't know what's the increased water level because of a hurricane. Is it a tsunami?
No, it would be a storm surge. Storm surge.
Okay, good to know.
Yes.
That's one thing. That's where it makes difficult to have the German and English words. So.
I tried to take that into account at least a little bit in here and make it, somewhat easier. I think probably this next question will be a little easier to answer, so we'll see how this goes. Question number 2.
Well, hold on. I speak English as my primary language, and I had no clue. So,
yeah, I don't think that's giving you any disadvantage on these.
You're just as lost.
I thought through the whole question. I thought, when is the end coming, and what do I have to look for?
When do I have to?
That's how most people consume the show.
Yeah, I've seen several of them. I've seen all the Shark Tank intro videos that Kyle made, and so I'm kind of used to his weird questions. But if you haven't gotten one yourself, you basically missed out on the experience. So you're waiting and waiting and waiting.
That's right. There's no way to prepare.
Question number 2.
Okay.
Peter, you commish a lot of leagues with wild and crazy rules. I wanted to join an IDP league with my Twitter handle @DoglegBrewer, which is how I ended up in Shark Tank 2. IDP stands for Insane Down Posse, which is a group of enthusiastic people that enjoy very soft goose feather-filled blankets. I, Kyle on the couch, have absolutely loved my time playing in Shark Tank 2, and I think it is a wonderful and unique experience. Jeremy and I once compared dynasty value to real estate value, but Jared thinks value isn't real, so he also doesn't believe in commercial real estate. Jared is afraid of IDP leagues and also thinks David Hasselhoff is overrated. Who is your favorite co-host of the Dynasty Self Help Podcast?
Still Jeremy, because I think David Hasselhoff is overrated.
Yes!
Ah! Man, I'm sorry, that is wrong. The answer was Kyle on the couch @DoglegBrewer.
Weak.
I tried to make that one easy for you.
I chose correctly. You won't get a point on the board, but you got a point in my heart.
I think Hasselhoff was great during the fall of the Berlin Wall, and everybody loved him. Do you know the sequence when Dirk Nowitzki sang I've been looking for freedom? He sang the song during a free throw to calm him down. So that's that's things that we Germans do. We listen to the Hoff and we watch Knight Rider and yeah.
Yeah, Dirk playing for my Dallas Mavericks is a wonderful thing. We love him. He's near and dear. Wonderful player, brought us a championship in 2011. Couldn't have done it without him.
I watched every game. He's my number one sports figure in Germany.
As he should be for everyone. But I have to move on to our third question. So question number 3. I have experienced meeting a variety of people in the leagues you commish that have a can-do attitude. They often give me a new zeal for the game, causing me to south a freak out. Sometimes when a star player is out because of a Belgian disc, it is a great deal of Spain for my squad. But sometimes I am awestruck by the Irelanded on my team after the draft. It makes me say, Norway, I will let you beat me. I get hungry for a Serbian of victory. Last season, I had a Latvia of fun trying to leave my Denmark on the EFFC2. But after a solid regular season, early playoff loss Romania my only trophy. How many countries did I mention in this Netherlanding play on words question?
Can I swear on this one?
You can, yes.
Out? Me. So I heard a lot of countries in it, and I think Europe has around So I'm 23.
Not quite. I only got to 14 in there, but
Only 14.
that's pretty close.
But you did a great job of hiding them in there. So I know I thought about where it could go because I thought about Ireland. Does he try to let me think about Decky, or what do you want to go with it? 14 countries, not bad. Have these been all European countries?
Nope. I snuck in the can-do attitude to put in our Great White North neighbors. I also put in something outside of the area because there was a New Zeal for the game, causing me to South Afrique out. So I got South Africa and New Zealand as well.
Didn't catch those.
I'm a moron because all these countries are guys from Shark Tank.
I tried to go with the ones I knew from Shark Tank. That was really my goal there.
Well, so
You get half point for figuring out the subtext there.
So, yep, it was 14. I'm with Richard. We're going to give a half a point because we did figure out the general theme of that through the discussion afterwards. So, easy half point to credit there. But we have one final question. Question number 4. Adam Sandler is well known for being an actor and comedian through the 90s all the way to today. Sandler plays guitar as a part of his stand-up and makes amazing goofy faces to entertain me. He starred in the most classic football movie, Waterboy, but also the remake of a rough and dirty football movie, The Longest Yard. In 1999, Adam Sandler starred in a major motion picture, but it wasn't the one with Helena Bonham Carter. What 1999 movie was it that Helena Bonham Carter and Meatloaf shared the silver screen?
The Wedding Maker.
Nope, this was Fight Club. Fight Club. Helena Bonham Carter, Meatloaf, a couple other people I don't really remember who those would be.
1999 was, I think it was also the year of Wedding Maker with Adam Sandler. And you got me with that again because I'm a huge Adam Sandler fan. And one of my teams is called The Waterboy.
It's a phenomenal movie. I think Big Daddy was 99. I think Wedding Singer may have been 98.
He was on such a good stretch there
Yeah.
with all those from, Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore and Big Daddy and Mr. Deeds and I'm probably
Mr. Deeds was awesome.
So many good
Mr.
ones.
Deeds was awesome. Yeah, these are all great movies. And I think Wedding Singer could be even earlier. I think I was 18 at that time, should be 1997 or something like that.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, that rates up there as one of my top 3. We used to do a thing with my friends where we would try to rate all of the Adam Sandler movies, and you're putting them in there, and you'd have to determine which one ends up being the best movie. It's amazing how some of those ratings vary.
It's so many also. And usually the best ones are those who have Drew Barrymore in it. Because I think Drew Barrymore is very funny too. And so, yeah, that usually works pretty good together.
50 First Dates was great.
Ooh, awesome movie.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. I appreciate your candid and truthful answers and my insightful and hard-hitting analysis.